Hello guys, welcome to Pokédex, the channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. I'm really having a blast building decks after Roaring Skies came out. There's just so much to look at, and I hope you guys are enjoying that as well. But today we're going to be looking at an older Pokemon. It's Mega Aggron EX. Well, it's not that old, it's from Primal Clash. At the time, I did not build the deck around Mega Aggron because everyone else was building it, and the deck featuring Bronzong and all that. So I just focused on other types of deck, especially ones that featured Excadrill. But now, actually, with Roaring Skies, I think there's an interesting deck that we can build around Mega Aggron EX. And the story of the deck actually starts when I was listening to PTCGO Radio. It's the podcast about the Pokemon trading card game. I'm going to be linking to the episode I'm talking about in the description below, just so that you guys can also listen and check it out. And the host, Ross, was talking about the Mega Pokemon that he felt would gain the most after Roaring Skies came out, because there's Mega Turbo. It's an item card. You can just play it and attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your Mega Evolution Pokemon. So it's energy acceleration, and it grabs energy from the discard pile, so it's really good. It breathes new life into Mega Pokemon. So he was looking at all the Mega Pokemon and talking about which ones he thought gained the most out of Mega Turbo, and he actually made a point for Mega Aggron EX, and I agree with him. I mean, if you play an energy on your Aggron EX, and then the following turn you Mega Turbo and play the double colorless energy, you're ready for the Megaton Slam on the second turn. And that's what we're going for here. No Bronzongs at all, we're just going for the Speed Mega Aggron build. We have the 3 Shaymins. I'm playing 3 because I think that's the most we can with this build. I'd love to have to be able to play the Skyfield, but unfortunately we have to go for another stadium. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I'm playing 3 Shaymin. We want to draw as many cards as possible on the same turn. Want to go all in if possible. There's 2 Victini because of Victory Star, the ability that lets you flip coins. Reflip the coins of the attacks, which Mega Aggron will need. I'm going to talk about Mega Aggron in a second. There's Aggron EX first, the basic. It's a decent Pokemon. I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever, but I don't really mind attacking with it at all, because for a couple of energy, so it's a steel and a double colorless, it does 50 plus 30 if you flip heads. Not the greatest thing ever, but oh well, 80 damage potentially, especially with Flip Teeny on the table. And then there's Raging Hammer, also not the greatest thing ever, but for 2 steel and 2 colorless, the 60 plus 10 for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So this second attack can actually be pretty devastating, but we're really going for the Mega Aggron, because this dude has 240 HP and Megaton Slam, which does 120, you flip a coin, or you may flip a coin, you don't have to if you don't need. And if it's heads, you deal 240 damage, so it will knock out pretty much anything other than Wailord DX, and if tails, it does 20 damage to each of your benched Pokemon. It's not the end of the world though. Yeah, it's going to be our attacker of choice. We're just going to be speeding up Mega Aggron and trying to attack with it. I have a single Cobalion EX in here, mostly for Righteous Edge, because it's pretty good against Seismitoad. You Righteous Edge for a single energy, and you potentially discard a special energy that the Seismitoad has, and you also deal 30 damage, so that's decent. I have Steel Bullet in here as well, 3 energy actually. It doesn't really work that well with double colorless, although it does cost 1 colorless and 2 steel. It does 100 damage, and this damage isn't affected by effects on the defending Pokemon, so it can actually kill Safeguarder, so that's pretty good also. I have 1 Jirachi EX to grab supporters, so it's not really a Pokemon. I'm playing 4 Acrobike. Once again, I want to speed really quickly through the deck, so Acrobike is pretty decent. Also gets us energy into the discard pile that we can later Mega Turbo. I'm playing 1 Computer Search, also discards energy, grabs us anything from the deck, pretty self-explanatory. I'm only playing 3 Mega Turbo instead of 4, mostly because this guy only works after the Mega Aggron is played, so I don't really have a use for Mega Turbo before the Aggron is on the table. And actually this deck only needs to play a couple of Mega Turbos a game, because the Aggron doesn't discard energy like the Rayquazas do and all that, so yeah, I guess we don't really need those many Mega Turbos. We just need to make sure that we speed up energy into Mega Aggron. Playing 3 Switch because all our Pokemon take a million energy to retreat. I mean, the Aggron and the Cobalion, and we don't really want to put energy on the other dudes unless we were attacking with Shaymin EX. So I'm playing 1 Trainer's Mail. It just rounds up our card draw. And I had an extra space, so I added the Trainer's Mail. I'm quite happy with it. It's like our fifth Ultra Ball, so to speak. And Ultra Ball is really good right now because it grabs us the Shaman, also grabs us the Jirachi in this deck. I'm playing a 3-1 split, so sometimes I go for the Shaman, sometimes I go for the Jirachi. That's pretty good. Ultra Ball allows us to do that. I have 3 VS Seeker to recurse some supporters back from the discard pile. Recur, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, sorry. I have 2 Lysander here to, as you guys know, grab Pokemon from the bench of our opponent, and also to get rid of the Wobbuffets that may go up in the active position. So, and the Trevenants, of course. So we just switch them, and the opponent kind of loses the effect on the ability. Then we have Lysander's Trump card to shuffle everything back. Sometimes we need that because we're playing the double colorless energy and the Mega. Sometimes we have to discard them. And then there's 4N to shuffle and draw. And then there's 4 Sycamore, also to draw cards. You guys know what those do. There's 3 Steel Shelter, very important to bounce the Silent Labs and also to prevent our dudes from falling asleep and poison and all that. Also really, really good. I think it's the stadium of choice for any deck attacking with Steel Pokemon. 3 Aggron Spirit Link, also pretty self-explanatory. No way I would be playing this deck without the Spirit Links. I don't want to lose a turn to evolve. And then there's the 4 Double Colors. Potentially we won't need all 4, but it's just really good to have them in hand and to draw into them as much as we can, especially by turn 2. Then we have 7 Steel Energy that we can get back from the discard pile and all that. So that's the deck. Let's just play it. This is also a very interesting deck to play, also really, really fun. I just hope I get great matchups here to showcase this deck. Okay, so we're playing against a potentially fairy deck with all sorts of big basics in there, like Yveltal and Manectric. Manectric resists steel, so that's kind of a bummer, but okay, we start with the Cavalion, but we have 2 Acrobikes and a Trainer's Mail, so... Okay, actually my opponent also starts with Cavalion EX. That can remove energy from us, so I'm going for this because I might have a way to shuffle them back. And now we got the Computer Search, okay, that's decent. And I'm going for the Trainer's Mail, so we got an Ultra Ball. Yeah, I think I'm going for that. So the Computer Search can grab a Supporter. And this one can grab a Shaman, I guess. Or we can just go for the Aggron here. Yeah, I think I'm going for the Aggron because I can just drop the double colorless energy, and then I forgot to see if I had a lot of Megas in the deck. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put this thing down. Just grab a Sycamore, I guess. Can hopefully draw into Shamans. Okay, we have the Ultra Ball. That's pretty decent. I'm just going to discard these cards over here. I'm going for the Shaman, I guess. And then next turn I can Shaman again. So that's pretty good. Potentially, so let's see. Nope, I will have to play a supporter the normal way, but it doesn't really matter, so might draw into some more Shamans and also our evolution because we just found a Spirit Link, which is pretty good. Okay, our Cavalion falls asleep, but it's going to matter very little because we have the switch in hand, and we have to get this energy to the discard pile, I think. Okay, so our opponent ends this. Okay, so we drew the Shaman, and we also drew double colorless energy, which doesn't really matter too much at this point, so I think I'm just going to end first, because I don't really want to do anything else. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Maybe we draw an Ultra Ball, and that's just perfect. We do not wake up with a Cavalion, but it doesn't really matter because I wasn't planning. Okay, this is decent because I can just evolve, and that's one extra thing out of our that's one extra weight of our shoulders. So right now I think I'll just pass the turn here. There's nothing really that I can do. Next turn I will be using Megaton Slam, but hopefully I can draw the Victini. And then our opponent will potentially... Oh, okay, I really want to get the Cobalion. Because if I kill the Cobalion now, later he might attack us with Malamar, but at least he's not removing energy from our Mega Aggron. Oh, another N, okay. This end is actually pretty decent. We still have the switch, and we have an energy that we can play. And we can also play another Shaman. And I'll keep those steel shelters very close to my heart, because I don't even think we need a Shaman here. I think we can just go for the Victini and then play the Sycamore. Okay, our dude falls asleep. Doesn't matter, because we're going to play the switch. There's one energy. And my opponent retreats. And he's going to item lock us with Seismitoad. Oh boy, yeah, I wasn't really thinking, because he had the Darkrai EX, so he could retreat. Okay, okay. I guess I will not be able to do so, to retreat, so I think I'll just attack with my own Cobalion. And we can also play the Steel Shelter, just so that we don't fall asleep. My opponent really has to find his own stadium now. And I'm going to play the Shaman for 2 cards. Yeah, I think that's good enough. It's like the old school Bill. Yeah, I can even Sycamore here. I don't care too much for all these cards, so yeah, there's another Shaman. I don't really care about that. What I do care about is removing that energy of this Seismitoad. So my opponent probably has a supporter in hand. I wouldn't really see this... Well, I guess there's not really... He could have done otherwise if that was not a supporter, but... Yeah, there's the energy. Okay, we do not fall asleep anyways, because we have the stadium down. Can attack us again, item lock us once again. Oh, he just retreats. Okay, and gives us the Spritzy to kill. Alright, I don't mind too much. I would love to have a card draw with that's not N. We don't really have that. Maybe I'm just going to kill the Spritzy, I guess. Can kill it with a Shaman, but I don't see... well, I can't really, because I would have to switch somehow. So, okay. I could discard this hand, because there's really not much here. Yeah, I have the Lysander. Maybe I just Lysander out the Seismitoad and get rid of an energy. Yeah, that seems pretty good, to be honest. So I think I'm just going for that. I don't really care about the Spritzy, to be honest. If I could retreat, it would be awesome, but since I can't, I'm just going to get rid of all his energies, if possible. There's an N, okay. Our opponent potentially going for the second energy right now. Oh, and he just concedes. He did not find the energy. I guess I'll take it. Wow, we did not get to use the Mega Aggron, so I'm going for another match. You guys get extra content. I don't really like to edit my videos, as you know, but I like to keep them short, but sometimes we can't really, so might as well record an extra match. Okay, Joe Frags is playing some kind of, I would guess, Aggron, Mega Aggron deck, because there's... Or maybe it's Landorus, Landorus Bats, because Psychic and Fighting and Steel points to Jirachi, so yeah, it's the Landorus Bats deck. Okay, okay, totally fine with that. Should have actually gone with a Victini just so that I could spend the switch, but oh well. I'm going to put this energy down. I'm going to play the stadium, and I am going to Shaman. Okay, we find an Ultra Ball, which is pretty good. I'm actually going for the computer search first. I can just find the Spirit Link. I think my opponent is playing ways to get rid of the Spirit Link, because Bats decks tend to be pretty tight. I'm just going to pass a turn. I can grab another Shaman or just the Jirachi next turn. We'll see about that. And I don't want to discard the double colorless here. Okay, our opponent ends Can't say I'm unhappy about that. And because we drew a supporter, I think I'm just going for the spend this Ultra Ball to grab the Mega, because then we can just Mega Turbo. We discarded the energy last turn. So that seems pretty good. Okay. There's also an energy, which I'd love to play the double colorless, not this one. So let's just use the Acrobike first. Okay, there's our supporter. It's going to be the Sycamore. Don't really care too much about any other card here, so I'm just going to discard this one. I'm going for the Mega Aggron. Let's play it. Let's Mega Turbo. And let's Sycamore. There's the double colorless. Perfect. Could also put this Spirit Link down, although I think I'm actually going to find a second Aggron. That's not great. I mean, I think I should just keep this in hand for the second Shaman or something else. So I'm just going to Megaton Slam. I'm not even going to flip, I'm just going to get rid of his Zubat. It's not the greatest Pokemon, but oh well, it's a Pokemon. And we draw a prize, so... And we drew the Mega Aggron. I mean the Aggron EX. So I can just put it down and the Spirit Link as well. And also the double colorless energy, because why not? Unless our opponent... I don't think my opponent is also playing Hammers. Might find a place for one or two, but I think they're easily replaceable. Okay, there's the Jirachi. So he's going to Sycamore or Juniper, and then he's going to hit us for 100 damage. And we'll still be left with 140 HP, so that's pretty good, I guess. We're going to kill his Hawlucha. Let's play this here. Let's play this here. We can play the ball, grabbing... I think I can discard the switches. We have another Mega. We do not. Okay, so I'm just going for the Shaman and keep that Mega in hand and do not play the Sycamore. Okay. Okay, I want to go for the second attacker. For next turn, potentially we will be able to charge it up. So yeah, just going to Megaton Slam here. Nope. Do not need the flips. There's the Mega Turbo, which is perfect. So if our opponent... Okay, it doesn't even need to knock anything out. We have extra cards in the discard pile. So if he plays, the Muscle Band, which he might be if he scoops, because he has a Miltank in here with a Muscle Band. So if he actually hit the scoops, he could get the Muscle Band in hand and just kill our Mega Aggron. And CC was not able to do that. I can evolve here and play the Mega Turbo on this dude, of course. And then I can Trainer's Mail, because why the hell not? Okay, not really much here. I'm just going to play all my items if I can. There's another Shaman, I don't really need it, but oh well. Might as well. Okay, what else do we have? We could play the Lysander. Could also just Lysander's trump card. Yeah, I think playing Lysander's trump card is decent here. We're not really scared of anything my opponent might play, so I'm just going for the trump card here and just Megaton Slam away his Hawlucha. Okay. Might just kill our Mega Aggron here. Yeah, he's going to with his Miltank's attack. It's not too bad. I just have to find an extra energy here. There it is. Perfect. Right on cue. And I can also N. It will take... Yeah, I don't really like my hand, so I think I'm going to N and keep those Sycamores in the deck. There's a VS Seeker, which is pretty useless now, but doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to Megaton Slam. I do not want to deal extra damage. I'm pretty happy doing just that, and we drew a Sycamore. So it's looking really grim for our opponent. There's a repeat ball for a Zubat, so I'm just going to try to... I don't know, I don't think he can kill a Mega Aggron in 2 turns. Oh, there's something that can do some damage, but... I really don't know if that's going to be enough. There's a Halucha, also does a lot of damage, but can just knock it out in one hit. We actually built the Megaton really quickly this game, so quite happy with that. Yep. Steel Shelter, Sycamore. We have ways to get another Mega Aggron down, I guess. We can go for that. Going to keep this thing in hand. So I'm just going to discard all of this, get the Aggron, put it down. Also this thing. Split Acroback, shave an extra card. Yeah, whatever. Just going for the Spirit Link to grab a Shaman if we have it. Yep, there it is. Play it. Yes, draw cards. There's another Mega Turbo. We don't really need it now. So I'm just going to Megaton Slam. And now he has to deal 160 damage to our attacker. I mean, he can switch it out, but I have the switch in hand. So if he uses Lysander, I guess he did not use hand, so I will keep my switch, which means I can just win. There's a Juniper. Okay, so there's 20. And the pass. Okay, so we won. I'm quite happy with that. Megaton Slam. Yes, I wanna just for kicks. Yeah, I wanna flip again. I wanna deal. Oh, we fail, but it doesn't really matter. And we won. Yeah, we actually built the Mega Aggron really quickly as intended. So yeah, that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoy this. I really like this deck. Tell me what you think in the comments below, as usual. And until the next video, see you guys. Bye.